1997. So we had to think about the history of Hong Kong. This was in 1842, after the first war of opium in Nanjing in China. So the British, they forced the Emperor of China to sign a treaty to hand the land of the Hong Kong Island for the British. And after 1860, the second war of opium in Beijing. So the British forced against the Emperor in China to sign another treaty to hand the land of Kowloon also. And then in the year of 1898, so the British asked the king again in China to sign another rent of a 99-year lease for the countryside and the Lantau Islands, also the islands around Hong Kong, for 99 years. It was a lease. And the expiry date, which was in 1997, the 1st July. And then in the year of 1982, Margaret Thatcher, she's from England, to go to China, to Beijing, talk with Mr. Deng Xiaoping. And she said this was the king who signed the treaty to hand the land of Kowloon, Hong Kong Island, and to reign the land of the countryside, the islands, for the British for 99 years. And then the expiry date, 1997, so the British will be staying in Hong Kong and Kowloon Island. There's only hand back the countryside and the islands around for the China Republic. And then Deng Xiaoping said, you know now, China is no more emperor. We saw the last emperor of China, the movie called Po Yi, the king, the last king of China, the Po Yi. And now in China, there's no more emperor. So now we name it the China, it's a Republic of China mainland. So that means all the treaty was signed by the king, it was expired. It's passed. This means it's void. So that's why the Chinese, they reserve the right to get back their own land, to be one country together. So that's why the Chinese asked the Queen Elizabeth. So the British had to leave Hong Kong before the midnight on the 30th June 1997. So that's why maybe you saw it from TV, from your home. The day of the handover, it was a heavy rain in Hong Kong. And our last governor of Hong Kong, Chris Parton, he left Hong Kong with the boat, with the family, with the Prince Charles. And this was the end of the colony of British seen for 156 years. And after the handover, now Hong Kong is belong back to China. Do you think that when we had the handover, we are happy or not? If I just pass an imagination of the feelings of Hong Kong people when we have a handover, you should think about that. For example, if you were a kid abandoned, and then you are adopted by a family, and then you live with your parents adopted for 15 years. Now you wake up. Suddenly, your real parents can find you out. At that moment, do you think you are happy or not? It depends. No or yes. If I were this kid abandoned, I would like to take a look once with the real face of my real parents, and I would ask why, the history. And your parents said because it was the war, or it was something probably like the poor, and that's why you were separated. And then you accept the excuse, and then you find the real parents so nice to you, and after that you so touched in your heart, and then you decided to live a moment with your real parents, and then you move away from your parents' adoption. At that moment, do you think you are happy or not? No. For me, 15 years, it seems like the real parents, because they're taking care of everything of you, for studying, food, education, and up to now, for example, for Hong Kong people, we had around the same situations, the feelings, because we have been living with the British for 156 years. This was a long period of time. So that's why we seem like the kid abandoned. We are happy with the Chinese, and we are happy also with the British. When we have the handover, we are happy because I'm Chinese. But this was seen 156 years that we live with the British. It's a long period of time. So that's why when we have the handover, it's hard for us local people. But we can't do anything else. So that's why a lot of Hong Kong people, they were rich. So they moved the family with the Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, money to overseas, like Australia, United States, England, Canada. I got a friend who lived in Canada, in Vancouver. He told me that there's a lot of Hong Kong people, they move and live around the Vancouver area. They made the new houses, all the Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, and then they named it this new town Vancouver. Hong Kong, Vancouver. But luckily is one thing. After the handover, the Chinese they promised they will not change Hong Kong for 50 years. That means after the handover until 2047, Hong Kong there's nothing will be changed. Because you have to think about is the China they need around 50 years to get themselves to change to be better, like in other countries, like in the United States, like the European. So after that, the China will be better. Because now if we do change everything like Hong Kong, in Chinese style, in China there's no other system economy is better than Hong Kong. For example, in Shanghai, in China, they are now going to build a new Hong Kong in Shanghai. And then maybe another city, like in Guangzhou, like in Tianjin, or like in Nanjing. So that's why I think that in the future, the biggest market in the world, this will be in China. So if you had some product from Philippines, I think it's a good idea to sell your product to China, like cargo, whatever, food. And then if you can earn $1 from each Chinese, so imagine 40 million population in China. So this is a lot of money waiting for you for business. So that's why I think that if you have your kids at home, so try to tell them if they are studying, do good studying. And if possible, try to study Chinese languages. Maybe one day, when in China, in Beijing, or Shanghai, or Hong Kong, if you speak Mandarin, Cantonese, and this will be an advantage for the future, for the businessman. So that's why I hope that maybe in the future, come